Vlogmas day 4? 5? I don't remember. I think it's 5. But it's about 9:44. We'll see if my camera has the correct time on it. I should have checked before I turned it on. But it's the first day. Ooh, it's the first day of back to work, actually back to the office for my husband. So drove to the commuter rail this morning, no issues. So we made it safely, all 3 of us. Clover's here. He's been having a good morning, sleeping. I was catching up on watching Claire Siobhan videos, but now I think I gotta get to editing and finish my project that I didn't finish a couple of days ago because I just wasn't in the mood. You can see it's still a winter wonderland outside. Lovely. Oh, we're about to do that, don't you worry. And yes, the snow is super pretty, but as a Massachusetts resident, this kind of snow, this dumping, Mother Nature just dumping 10 and 12 inches on the ground, not here for it, over it. It's pretty if it's what I like to refer to as ornamental snow, if it snows just enough to be pretty and you can have your hot chocolate and enjoy it, light your fire and just have a good time. But this is inconvenience snow. Okay, well let me move my whole operation and then we'll play, okay? Okay, it's almost 1 o'clock and I just finished editing because I was watching videos in the morning. I still haven't finished my project. I'm just a disaster. And I have to take Clover for a walk because I need to take Clover for a walk. So we're gonna go for a brief walk, maybe 25 minutes. What do you say? You're all dressed up, but you look like you can't move. Can you move? Are you gonna be okay? Whenever I put his boots on and coat, he just stands there kind of still for a little bit. I've walked away from him too. Clover, you can move. You can move. Come on. There you go. Yeah, you can move. You're fine. You're so funny and weird. Okay, yeah, now once he starts moving, he's like, oh yeah, I can move. Yeah, okay. I'm just dressed. Okay, hello. I took a nap. I am so freaking tired. I don't know why I'm tired because I haven't really done anything, but I'm just tired. I think part of it is the iron thing. I am a little bit anemic. I'm taking an iron supplement, but I haven't been as consistent the last couple of weeks, so maybe that has something to do with it, but I am definitely just dragging. So I have to pick my husband up from the tea in a little less than an hour. So in the meantime, I'm gonna open my new humidifier that I got from Amazon. So you guys know I moved all of my plants down here, my house plants. Oh, hello. This humidifier is awesome, but I'm just changing the water a lot and I'm not getting the humidity up enough because it's winter time and that's going to be a really tough challenge. So right now we're at 40%, which isn't great, but I'd love to get it to 50. So I wanted this humidifier to begin with, so I'm glad I finally bit the bullet and ordered it. Also, real talk, my Calathea orbifolia is having a really hard time. I think I burned this with fertilizer. I fertilized it with Miracle-Gro fertilizer, which is a synthetic fertilizer. I thought I diluted it enough, but after I did that, it really did not respond well, all of these brown edges. And I think that I had some issues with inconsistent watering as well. I would put the moisture probe in the pot and it seemed really wet, but the plant seemed to want water. I was really confused. So I think I may be better off repotting this plant in some better soil. But in the meantime, as you can see, it looks very rough, but strangely enough, it wasn't growing at all. like at all summer, and then all of a sudden it's putting out all these new leaves. So I'm happy. I think it's going to recover, but I just want to give it some more humidity, as well as the other calatheas as well. The other calatheas are doing okay since we moved. I was really worried about them because I know that these are kind of sensitive plants, but they have been doing okay since we moved, and I repotted a couple of them. I repotted this one. This is the Ornata. She's looking very fancy in her stripes. And I repotted the rattlesnake, I think, on my channel like a month ago or something. And she's doing well. They're praying real hard right now because it's the evening. But the Maranta is going crazy too. So most of the plants are doing pretty well. But we wanna unbox this humidifier. So this is the Levoit humidifier. I think this is a hot, but warm and cool humidifier. And I bought this with my own money, by the way. They didn't send this to me, so this is not sponsored or anything like this. But it's got a 12-hour timer setting, and I guess it can hold 6 liters of water, which is a lot. Ooh, they dented the side here. I hope this is okay. Well, how did that happen? It came in a big old box. Well, let's open it and see if everything is okay on the inside. Why are you making those licky faces, Clover? You want to eat the humidifier? Okay, watch out, buddy. Wow. It's not as large as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger. Oh, they gave me descaling pads and everything. That's cool. This was not a cheap humidifier by any means. I think this was about $90, which, wow. But if it's gonna make my plants happy, that's all that matters. Oh snap, that was a lot of water. I don't have any more water now. Water my plants. Otherwise, I think it has 2 little spouts on the top here. So you put this there. Oh, fits right on. Okay, so I filled it up completely. Let's off, on. Ooh, it's digital display. We love that. I'm gonna use the remote control. Oh, it just came on. Wait a minute. I wasn't prepared for that. It just like started humidifying. Oh, so right now it's saying it's 32, which is terrible. But we want to get it to 50. I wonder if that's going to be able to handle it. I don't know. But I like that it has a remote control. That's pretty cool. Alright, so now I have 2 humidifiers running at the same time, which I don't know if it's the smartest thing, but we're just going to go with it for now. So it's looking pretty good. I like the tank. It's not as big as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be huge, but right now it's a nice, it seems to be a nice compact size. So we'll see what happens with it. Clover, what do you think? Do you think we'll be able to get the humidity up enough to make the plants happy? Maybe? I don't know. Okay. The Calathea Freddy has like no problems at all. This plant is like super happy and always has been pretty happy in like moderate humidity, even though it's got a little bit of brown tips, but I think this is from when I bought the plant. Otherwise, the new leaves seem, pretty happy. This plant is putting out new leaves all the time. It just like can't stop, won't stop. It's so cute. I love this little Calathea. This is like one of my low drama Calatheas, but the rest of them are extremely high drama. No, maybe just the Orbifolia is high drama, but look at the Maranta. Look how like funky this plant is. I love it because it's just so gnarly. Like, hello, you are one gnarly looking plant, but I love her so much. These leaves are so beautiful. I can't get over it that I found this for like $2 in a grocery store. She's so beautiful, and it's like putting out new leaves all the time. So happy with it. Okay, it's saying 34% now. That's not too bad. Okay, well, we're working up to it. I don't think I showed any of you guys, but I did buy this Ficus elastica last week, or otherwise known as, I guess, the rubber plant is its common name. I think it's so pretty. I did lose a couple of leaves already that were close to the soil, so I'm gonna keep a careful eye on it. I'm afraid of killing any ficus that I bring into my home, so we'll see how well she does. But it's just a little tiny 4-inch one. It's so tiny and cute, and I really, really like it. I hope I can keep it alive and make it happy. I have been coming out in here and hanging out with my plants when I'm feeling down. Like, I just will sit here in the couch, and they're like behind me, right there. And I'll just kind of hang out with them and breathe and try to relax and try to chill out and not stress so much about all of the unknowns in my life right now and all of the procrastination that I've done over the past month of things that I've wanted to do but haven't done. That stuff really eats away at me, and I gotta work on that. But hopefully we'll have some answers soon. I was just checking the last time we heard about the condo, and it was about 2 weeks ago, so I'm hoping for another update soon. And I hope this time it's a good update, but we'll see. I've lost all faith in like being able to move in 2019, so we'll see. But I gotta take care of Clover, and then we're gonna go pick up my husband at the commuter rail. So here we are. Oh, there's the plow. As you can see, I got my buddy with me. Eve really likes when Clover is also here to greet him at the tea station, so that's what we do. I pop him in his little seat, and he opens the door and says, "Hi, Clover." It's really cute. So you know, I remember I was talking to you guys last night about my husband not being super excited when I asked to get a dog for me. He was like, "I don't want to have anything to do with any of the chores," but he, of course, turned around and is as obsessed with Clover as I am. He loves him. He's obsessed with him. It's like, it's a thing. So now, of course, he has to participate in the dog chores. I do about 90% of the dog chores, but he does chip in from time to time if I'm not feeling well. If I'm not home, of course. If I'm at rehearsal, he'll take care of it, whatever. But he loves Clover. He's obsessed. Anyway, so we're just sitting here at the train station. I don't know whether I should turn my car off or not. I'll probably, well, the heat's on. So I'll leave it running for a few minutes at least, but he's not coming for at least 10 minutes, so we're just gonna chill here for a while, and I guess we'll talk to you guys. So we were talking about story times last time. So here's a fun story time about my friend Sara and I in graduate school at Longy. So I know you guys have met Sara before. You guys love when I have her on my channel. She's so fun. I will link the videos with her down below. She's my best friend in the world. She's hilarious, and I love her with like all of the parts of my heart. Like, I could not love a friend more. She's like the best person. But so we've been friends since graduate school. So that's, I think it's like 20 years we've been friends now. We're friends since the beginning of graduate school. We were all voice majors, classical voice majors for a while. She switched over to modern American music after a period of time and does jazz. She's a fantastic jazz musician. If you don't know, I'll also link her album down below. She's kick-ass. So when I was in graduate school, it was shortly after, well, I started in that's true. I started in 1999 because I graduated in 99, and we were still in school during 9/11 because I did 3 years of graduate school. I did like 1 full-time year and 2 part-time years, and Sara sort of did the same thing. We were all like, this was when it just happened. It's fresh. Everyone is on edge and like a little bit paranoid, and just, it's weird. It's like our new reality, right? So I remember it was like Halloween. And I mean, this is like right after. So we were at this restaurant, and we were eating dinner, and we were gonna go walk back to the school to see a concert after we had had drinks and dinner at this place. So we had a good, I think, I'll turn the car off. Oh, the lights came on. That's fun. So we had a good 10-minute walk till we got back to Longy. And as we were walking, well, we were leaving the restaurant and we start to hear this sound. And we're like, that's weird. It sounds like someone's alarm is going off or something. So we don't really think anything of it. And then we walk outside and we still hear it. It sounds like it's everywhere. And we're like, what is that? What is that? And we're thinking, and I thought, is that some sort of general alarm? Did something else happen? Because, we're in panic mode at this point. We're in, we're still got that PTSD. We're walking around, we're like, what's going on? It was a beautiful, Halloween night. There's people out trick-or-treating and doing their thing in their costumes. And we're walking past and we're chit-chatting and we're still hearing this sound. And we're like, how come anybody else isn't really freaking out? Now, at this point, we should have been able to put two and two together and made the connection that the sound was it's coming from inside the house. No, it was with us, but we didn't because we're dumb. So we're walking down the street and we see kids and they're trick-or-treating and we're like, why aren't they freaking out? It sounds like some general alarm. Do you think something's happening? And I'm like, oh my God, what if something has happened? We don't know, because we didn't have smartphones at this point in 2001. I just had my janky cell phone that it was like a flip phone, it was not. Okay, so we're walking around and we hear the and it seems to be following us and getting louder. We're hearing it everywhere and I'm thinking it's a general alarm. We're all gonna die. At one point we had walked up to someone and went, do you hear that noise? And they answered, I didn't hear it until I got close to you. And that should have tipped us off, but it didn't. And so we're walking and we're freaking out. We're like, oh my gosh, we have to get to Longy. We have to get to a television or a radio or something and find out what's happening, because something is definitely happening, because that's an alarm going off of something's happening. We're getting more and more freaked out, more and more scared, more and more on edge. And we are genuinely convinced at this point that there has been another emergency at this point. So we're running to Longy School of Music to get to a television or a radio or something, and we enter the vestibule. Have you entered buildings and there's one door and then there's another door, and so there's this little place in between where sound gets amplified. So we enter the vestibule and we're like, oh my gosh, it's so much louder in here, oh my gosh, and we're freaking out. And we turn to our friend, one of our classmates, and we go, do you hear that sound? What do you hear that? And she's like, yeah, it sounds like a metronome or something. Sara had a metronome in her bag, one of those electric metronomes. And if you don't know what they're for, they are for setting tempos and for tuning. And it was just a natural we were hearing. Just a natural from the metronome from Sara's backpack that was going off the whole time we're walking back from the restaurant. As soon as she said metronome, Sara's like, oh, it's in my bag. And we are beside ourselves with laughter because, we had good reason to be paranoid. It's right after, but it was the dumbest thing. The sound was following us. Everything that happened that night was hilarious to us because we had had that whole incident happen, and we still talk about it to this day and we still laugh about it. Have you guys ever done anything so stupid like that? Just so unbelievably dense? It was when we found out what was happening, we were laughing for 5 minutes, just wheezing. I think that I think it's really important that you can maintain a sense of humor about yourself. And if you can't, I feel life's not worth living, because it's just not. It's not. Oh, the train is coming. Yay! That was so perfect. Story time while we're waiting for the tea. This might be a thing that I have to do on the regular. Story time at the tea. Tea time at the tea! Alright, we gotta go this way. Okay, tonight we're having another Amazon meal kit. We're having miso poached pollock with ginger, spinach, and mushroom broth. So this apparently is what it's going to look like. Hopefully we can recreate that. Looks like it's got shiitake mushrooms and like the regular like white mushrooms. A lot of good stuff. So let's go ahead and open the box. See, it gives a little recipe card right in the top here, and it shows you everything that comes in the box. So hopefully we got everything we needed. We got some spinach here in a bag, a couple of scallions, but again, diced onion, they do that for you. We've got a ginger puree, some brown rice, which is cooked. I think it probably just needs to be microwaved or something. Weird. Here's the actual fish, the Alaska pollock. Oh good, it's wild. Previously frozen though, but that's fine. I mean, we're not super, oh, 2 portions. Look at that. And we got a bag of mushrooms here. Some mirin in a package. So I guess mirin and soy mirin, and then like a little thing of garlic, some butter, mushroom broth, and lastly, this looks like miso. This is the miso. There's no label on it, but I'm assuming it looks like miso, so I'm assuming this is the miso. And that is it. That's what comes in the box. If you guys have never gotten these before, you can get them from Amazon, or you can get them at some Whole Foods. So we didn't just go into Whole Foods and buying these because they're supplying them. And they have a different selection every month, I guess. And we have been really enjoying the November selection. We haven't tried the pollock yet, and so I am going to go ahead and cook all of these things. And Clover is interested. You can't have this. It's not for puppies. It's for grown-ups. Okay, we are ready to eat. These look pretty good and smell really good too. So I'll report and let you know how it was. But in the meantime, I hope you're having a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.